Welcome, one and all. Welcome, everybody, to BOT10 Art. My name is Lazaro Gomez, and you are tuned in to the Friday night live stream. The Friday night live stream. Oh my God. We are back. Hopefully, that's not too loud, but yeah, we are back. I took a nice long break. I took a nice long break, but now I'm back. Oh, okay. So some of this stuff has changed. I'm trying to, I'm trying to pop out the chat like I used to, and I don't see that option. But anyways, if you are, if you're in the chat right now, I could still read it. I could still read it. So yeah, we are broadcasting, I believe, in or on YouTube, I should say. Yeah, we're broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. Um, I didn't go on to DLIVE. I do apologize for the DLIVE community, the family out there in DLIVE, but I figured the first day back should be proper. It should be done here where it all began on YouTube. But I do have plans for going back to DLive. Um, I was doing I guess the podcast on Sunday mornings called Noodle Doodle, and I was doing that one on YouTube, but I feel it wasn't the right audience, I guess. And so I think DLive might be better for that sort of stuff. So Friday night live stream will be here on YouTube, and then I'll do Noodle Doodle over at DLive. I think. I think that's how we're gonna carry on. But yeah, so so what's been going on? Well, I took a long break. Right when the kids went to, or right when the kids started their summer vacation. I took a nice break from all of the madness. the I shouldn't say, I mean, it's not a grueling schedule, but yeah, obviously doing a live stream a week can take its toll. Sometimes sometimes you just like, I don't know, sometimes you don't feel it, but you still have to stay with that commitment and stay on to that sort of stuff. So yeah, there were moments where there wasn't much going on. I didn't have a lot going on, but it was certainly wasn't enough to. Oh, here it is. Duh. I just had to turn the window a little bit. So we're gonna move that and bring that up. All right, now I got the now I got the chat. But yeah, there were moments where there really wasn't much going on. There wasn't much I could show because I had a lot of private commissions, and it makes for a boring live stream. So basically, I just extended that break a little bit longer, and then just talking to different people. It's like, dude, are you ever gonna live stream? Like, what's going on? And I said, yeah, I'll live stream, when the time's right, and when I feel I'm ready to go back to it. And yeah, now that time has come, so I'm kind of like getting back into it. Um, Getting back into it. I've been kind of sketching new things, and this is part of it here. So I've been doing little pieces of artwork just like that. I'm still, I don't know, hooked on this whole bunny thing. I think it's funny. I think it's cool, and so yeah, I started sketching a bunch of stuff, and sketchbook got full, and so I then decided to go ahead and start creating some artwork for my website, and I've been selling stuff on my website and also on YouTube, or on YouTube. I've been selling artwork on YouTube, um, on eBay. I do have a page on eBay, a BOT10ART page on eBay, and I've been selling stuff there. It's really it's a weird market because I don't normally do that sort of stuff, but yeah, people have found me through eBay and have found my artwork there. So I'm like, all right, cool. You guys want it? There it is. So it was an interesting surprise to me to kind of go through that and see that. But nevertheless, I want to provide multiple ways to get artwork. So not the conventional, Etsy or whatever. Everybody's like, "Do you have an Etsy page?" It's like, "Yes." Do you have a website? Yes. Are you on Twitter? Yes. It's like every social media outlet that I could show off my artwork. That's where I'm at. But truly, the root of it all, or the connection, is definitely here. So this is the art family. This is where we kind of hang out, and you guys get a little preview of what I'm working on, and like your little glimpse into what I got going on. Um, so yeah, going back into it, I had some new artwork that I want to be working on. I got some projects that I want to be, or that I will be working on, along with commissions. I still have private custom pop commissions that obviously I can't show, but I am working on them. And moving forward, looking at looking at what the future holds for BOT10 Art and myself. So yeah, a lot has transpired, a lot has happened in my time off. I took time to kind of make careful observations of things, and kind of, not in a bad way. It was basically the first time that I look at things from a different perspective. So yeah, I was happy about that. I took a nice little break. I got time to spend with the family. I saw some hunts during the season. Things are good. I did some art drops, and just kind of flew under the radar for the first time in a long time, and it was pretty neat. It was like, all right, cool. Nothing crazy or bad. I wish it were something more juicy I could say, and oh my god, but there isn't. Mm. Not a sponsor. So the beautiful queen picked up a variety pack of a particular cider that we like to drink, Angry Orchard, and it was funny because we opened one and she would try it, and it's like, nope, don't like it. So I would drink those, and then she would open another one, and it's like, nope, don't like it. So I drank those, and then this rosé, I guess, is extremely popular in 2019. But it's not bad. It's not bad, and that's what I'm enjoying tonight. So yeah, just working on new artwork and new stuff that I want to sell, and just going back to acrylics and painting, and just doing this sort of stuff, and it's working. It's like I'm getting back into it, and I enjoy it. So I said, you know what, let's go back to the live stream. Let's see what's going on with the live stream. Right now with this one, I'm thinking of doing like this outline and stuff like that, so I don't have to be like super perfect with this sort of stuff. I'm just kind of laying down paint. But I drew this little guy in my sketchbook, ripped it out, and then I did different versions of it. And part of the painting happy trees, paint happy trees. So hey, what's up? What's happening? Paint faster. Come on, man. Paint faster. I have an hour. How you doing, brother? Good to see you back. I hope you are in your patio enjoying a nice cold beverage or two, watching the live stream. I was kind of just recapping what's been going on, and where I've been and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, this little character I've been kind of I don't know, it's been evolving. Um, it's been evolving, and I guess some of the style. Um, a friend of mine approached me to do some artwork for Halloween Horror Nights, and I did some sketches and stuff like that, and and they liked it. Um, but it was a slightly different style. I mean, for me, obviously, I'm influenced by the Gorillas. I love uh, Jamie Hewitt, I believe his name is. He's an artist. He did Tank Girl, so he did a lot of the illustrations for Tank Girl and stuff like that. I hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, it is Jamie Hewitt, right? I think. To the Googles. Let's see. I think that's his name. Hewlett. My apologies. I don't know why I messed up his name, but anyways, Jamie Hewlett. Yeah, he did all the illustrations for Tank Girl and stuff like that, and he basically got together with Damien, um, former lead singer of Blur, and he's the mastermind behind the Gorillas and all that good stuff. But I've always been influenced by his artwork. I love the work that he did with Gorillas and all that good stuff, and the artwork that was required for Halloween Horror Nights needed like this punk rock type style, and it just kind of fit. But anyways, the reason why I'm saying that is because some of that style kind of leached into this, and it mixed in with the with the other little characters I was doing, because I got into this whole thing. Like, I've done a Pikachu and a few other characters, but they all have this like skull face. Um, so this is the I call it the Scunny. It's a skull bunny. Um, but yeah, it kind of like blended into this sort of stuff, and I've been on this bunny kick, and that's really weird. I don't know. But long story short, the artwork that I created ended up being in one of the houses, and it kept going from there. Like, while it was really weird, because I took this break, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do any artwork. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey man, do you want to do some artwork for our Halloween Horror Nights? I was like, yeah, sure. And it kind of went that way. So it was funny to it was funny to actually be there and see it, and like, oh, look at that. I did some work after all. But nevertheless, that your beer's getting warm. So put ice in it, man. That's what ice is invented for. Amongst other things, of course, but I'm pretty sure somebody invented ice to keep beer cold. So anyway, yeah, I just I kept I liked the character, and I liked the little face, and the little mannerism, or whatever, like that, sarcastic punk rock type style look. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't done any paintings in a while, so um I had some canvases, and just kind of prepped them and stuff. It's anarchy. Yeah. you know. There was plenty of art drops. There was plenty of art drops, and that's how I keep the community on its toes. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make some art drops, put them everywhere, and not tell anybody until it happens. But yeah, there were a select few people that actually did get some did get some new artwork, and it is related to like uh like Mr. Cash said, anarchy. That's the key word, right? I'm not gonna say where it's at. If you went to Halloween Horror Nights, more than likely you passed the artwork like 100 times. And it's only funny to me. Well, Dan knows. Dan knows where it's at. And I love that sort of stuff. I love the fact that you may not know where it's at. It's that whole discovery, you know what I mean? Like, that was one of the things that I absolutely loved. I love when you discover a new artist, you know, and you're like, oh, wow, this is cool. So it's along those lines. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, then I guess you didn't. But I did tease a little bit about it on my page, on my Facebook page and Instagram page and stuff like that. So I gave you all fair warning. Happy little trees. It's anarchy, man. So anyways, going back to um yeah, the Friday night live stream, we would do trivia, we would do strange facts, and of course those are all queued up and ready to go. You know, there's strange but true, and then of course brain tickle, which is the trivia. I do have it geared up or queued up and ready to go, but tonight we're not gonna do that. Tonight is just um, I want to say it's basically like a recap or rejoining to what the community is and all that good stuff. So if it's your first time, um, watching the Friday night live stream, we do this every Friday night at 8 p.m. It's a nice community of people that come together and just, you know, crack jokes and and hang out and just, you know, shoot the breeze for about an hour and hang out. So if it's your sort of thing, then welcome. I hope you stay for a very long time. For right now, I took a nice break and I'm coming back into it. So the holidays are right around the corner. Oh, before I carry on with that, Leela, I do need your address because I do have your prize from last year and I haven't sent it out. I do apologize for that, but I do need your address. So get in contact with me, and I'll be more than happy to send that out to you. It's a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, the holidays are right around the corner. Halloween was crazy. Like the haunt season was pretty cool. I went to Halloween Horror Nights. I hung out there a few nights, and then here in Orlando they opened up a brand new haunt. It's by a company who had a haunt here before or something like that, and now they, I guess, did another haunt, or that one closed down and they opened this one. But anyways, it was Dark Horizon. So I went to Dark Horizons this year, and I went with my buddy Andrew. And oh, speaking of, speaking of Andrew, in case he's watching, uh, this is a little joke for him. Here it is. There you go. I'll leave that up there while I tell this story. So, anyways, I went with my buddy Andrew, and it was pretty cool. They had 3 houses. It's not a small haunt, and it's not a. I don't well. I mean, it's not a professional haunt, but I don't want to say it's not a professional haunt because that can be insulting. But I certainly don't mean it in that way. What I mean is, it's not like Hallow Scream. It's not Halloween Horror Nights where it's like this huge commercial type deal. It's like it's a little homegrown haunt, but it's a professional homegrown haunt, if that makes any sense. So they have 3 houses, and they have live acts and stuff like that. They had like fire dancers and acrobatics and stuff like that. That was really cool. They also had some nice food and also bars that you can just kind of hang out. It felt more like Screamageddon. Screamageddon is not as professional, or I should say, but it's like a medium sized hunt. So if you had like small, medium, and large, Halloween Horror Nights would be a large hunt, uh, and Screamageddon would be like a medium hunt. So uh, Dark Horizons is kind of somewhere in the middle of those two, if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, I went with Andrew and my son Christian, and we had a really good time. It was really neat. It felt like a nice change, a nice pace from long lines and a lot of people, um, and it was cool. It was cool to see it. It was cool to experience something different. And then right at the end of the haunt season, I had the choice of either going to Hollowscream, either going to Hollowscream or going to Screamageddon. And Christian had never been to Hollowscream, so so we decided to go there. And of course, that was fantastic as well. All of these haunts are great. They're all really great, and a lot of people put time and effort into these things. And I feel like every time I go to a haunt, whatever it is, I'm gonna appreciate it and experience it for what it is. So I want to, go check it out and not be too overly critical about what's going on. It's like they all have different budgets, they all have different directors and programmers, and actors and actresses and stuff like that. So to say that one is better than the other is not really fair to say. So with that said, yeah, I thought it was really great. Dark Horizons was really great. Hollowscream was great, and Halloween Horror Nights was great too. So it was just nice to experience all three. I was a little bummed about Screamageddon. I wanted to go to Screamageddon, but there's always next year, and I also wanted to go to a petrified forest. I haven't been to a petrified forest, and I know it's kind of like earth shattering. What? Because I love all of that sort of stuff, and I love going to haunted attractions. And surprisingly enough, that's the only one I haven't gone. And the reason why is because I do want to experience that particular haunt as a family, and I don't think the girls are up to par for that. Like, I think they might still be a little spooked, a little scared by that. But then also, we experienced Halloween, and we went trick or treating, and we did a couple other activities. We had some, we had a Halloween type. I had a Halloween type movie, I guess, movie night with the kids and stuff like that. So we did, we did a few things, this and that, and it was cool. And then we're basically now in like holiday mode, so everything is gearing up, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're looking at all the different things that we could do here locally, as a family, and just kind of enjoy the holidays and have a good time that way. So yeah, and in that process, it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? Are we going here? Are we going to do that? Are we going to do this? Getting back to live streaming and so on and so forth. So we went from there. The whistle pig. Why is the whistle pig there? That's a funny story. I don't know if I should say it on the live stream. This might be a better story for the podcast, for Noodle Doodle, but it is a good one. And if Andrew's watching, there it is, whistle pig. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We had lunch today at Chocolate Emporium, Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium. If you haven't gone to that restaurant, it's a really good restaurant. I highly recommend it. They got lots of goodies that you could completely blow your diet on. But they also They also have libations such as the whistle pig. So we were there. We were kind of hanging out, talking, talking, and we saw that bottle, and we saw the bottle, and oh, all right. We saw the bottle, and we were like, whistle pig. Like, what the heck? You want to make a whistle? You want to make a pig whistle? Like we just, of course, we we started doing that, and came up with this clever little story behind the whistle pig. Only select few people are allowed to make the pigs whistle. So yeah, that's why that's there. I just thought it'd be funny if I went back to the Friday night live stream and Andrew saw that. So there you have it, Andrew. Sanding for 1 hour. No, there is no sanding today. I do have some projects that do require sanding, but at the moment, for now, we're not doing that. Nope, not doing that at all. Inktober came and went. It was cool to see so many people doing Inktober, and all the artwork was fantastic. I saw a lot of cool artwork. It was nice to see. It was nice to see like fellow artists being well involved in it. I did not. I did not partake. I should have. And the cool thing is that Jake Parker, he puts out the list early, so if someone new to Inktober be like, oh man, I wanted to do this, but I didn't get the list, or blah blah blah. Actually, Jacob Parker, who is the owner and creator of Inktober, he puts the list out early, which is pretty cool because it gives you a little bit of time to plan what you want to do. Like, a lot of people will either do some kind of story, or they'll string each image together, or do something creative like that. I've done both. I've done just like different image for every day. I've also done like a story that you could see on YouTube. If you're on my YouTube channel, you could see I did like a little story for last year's Inktober, and the previous year to that, I was just doing single images and basically sold them all, which I thought was pretty neat. So it's out there. A lot of people do own my original Inktober pieces, which is pretty cool because I would much rather have somebody. I would much rather have somebody own it and enjoy it every day, rather than me just like store it here, and no one really gets to see it. So I'm happy about that. This year I didn't do anything. I only did one, and it was really a sketch out of a. It was a little sketch that I did on my sketchbook, and I'm like, let me post it for Inktober, and that was pretty much it. I wasn't, again, I was in that hideout mode. I didn't want to create any artwork. I wasn't really overly enthusiastic about creating artwork. I had stuff going on, and I took that break, and I'm like, I'm not quite ready, and which is fine. I think that's important. You shouldn't ignore that sort of stuff as an artist. Um, you know, especially if you do shows. I've done a lot of shows in the past and stuff like that, and there comes a time where you feel burnt out. You're like, ugh, I'm kind of burned out on this, but you keep going and keep going and keep going, and then you end up, you end up really hating what you're doing, and it's not healthy as an artist to do that sort of stuff. So, for me, I, a while back, I learned when to like take a break, when to say, all right, you know what, I'm kind of done for this year. And that's basically what happened. That's basically what happened. I got to that point where I was like, all right, I'm failing creatively. Let's not drag this on any further. We're not trying to we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Hmm. Am I drawing a universal character? What do you mean? Like just a random character or a character that belongs to Universal? WDJ photography. Why does that sound familiar? And I apologize. I've been out of the loop for a while, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you don't know like actual names. Like I come on here as Lazaro Gomez, so it's like it's unmistakable. He said some horrible stuff on his live stream. Who did? Lazaro. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I learned a while back just to like, all right, we're taking a break, you know, because you end up you end up suffering creatively, and then everything that you make, you're not gonna like it, and people are not gonna like it because it's like, are you putting out your best work, or are you just getting by? And for me, I don't want to just get by. I want to make sure that what I do from time to time is I look back at my artwork. So I look at everything that's online and stuff like that, and it's like I still have a sense of pride for it. I still like, yeah, that looks cool. I'm glad I did that, or oh, that I forgot I did this one. That's a good one. And I like that feeling. I like to look back and say, okay, cool. I'm proud of what I produced because I was in the right headspace. I was in the right place, and I was communicating artistically what I wanted to communicate, rather than just create something random just for the sake of creating it. It's like, hi guys, welcome to the Friday night live stream, and today we're just gonna you know bend popsicle sticks all day long. It's like, it's not really. Even though the format is different, like this is a hangout, you could tune in and tune out however you want. You could come in every week, you can hang out with me every week, you could skip or do whatever. It's not gonna hurt my feelings either way. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. Like there's a lot of shows that I watch on YouTube, or a lot of channels that I follow on YouTube, and I don't necessarily see every single video, right? Because I don't have to. I get the gist of it. Like one of them is Test It. I love watching Test It. Testit.com by oh Jesus. Completely blew my mind. I forgot. Um, but anyways, Norman Chan, he's on there, and um, oh jeez, Adam Savage. Jesus, why couldn't I? Why couldn't I remember Adam Savage? He's like my hero. But anyways, Adam Savage is gonna always do one day builds. He's always gonna be involved in cosplay. He's always gonna show you something from NASA because he's a huge NASA guy. He's always gonna show you something that he deems is interesting or worth watching, right? So, I don't. You could let time pass, and then you can come back to those channels and kind of revisit it. So I kind of treat the Friday night live stream that way. Yeah, it's a weekly hangout. I'm hanging out with the Art Familia, of course, but people got things to do and stuff like that, so they don't necessarily tune in when it's live, and that's cool with me. It's like, so a lot of people, they're like, "Hey man, I'm so sorry. I saw it on Saturday." It's like, it's all good. It's okay as long as you saw it, and you gained something. You gained something from it. That's the important part, right? As long as you enjoyed it, you had a good time, that's what's important. But yeah, so I had a lot on my plate, and I knew coming into it that I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to kind of take a break in the middle of the year and then go into the holidays and do some cool projects. Like we can, we can still do some ornaments, we can do stickers, we can do paintings, we can do all kinds of stuff. But um, I think a lot of the stuff that I've done already has been educational, and it was very fruitful in the sense that you got something out of it, right? So I'm happy with that, and I'm cool with that. But yeah, you know, this is the first day back in the saddle. First day back in the saddle, and I gotta say it feels great. So I'm trying to think, what else have I done? I seen a couple of movies, played some video games, hung out. I mainly did a lot of like hanging out, with the queen and the kids and stuff like that. So it was nice. Use a bigger brush, paint faster. Hey, look, man. uh, I had a conversation with somebody that's like, man, I like the live stream because you don't do a lot of the stuff that a lot of people do. And it's like, well, yeah, because I'm not those people. It's just, it's that way. I've also seen some trends come and go lately, I should say. Weird ones. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with what I enjoy doing. I love live streaming. I love being part of it and just hanging out, doing my thing. Could I sit here and explain every single little thing I'm doing? Probably. Should I? Don't know. I guess it's all up to you. Whatever you guys want. But the live stream has always been a hangout. So yeah, whistle pig. I should text him and say, "Hey, man, you want me to tell the story of of the whistle pig?" I am purposely like messing around with this paint. I'm purposely using a small brush. It creates a certain texture that I like. Because actually, I should tell this story. Um, I was hanging out with Dan in Halloween Horror Nights, and I gave him a piece of artwork. Ghost Bunny. The Ghost Bunny. Is it the Ghost Bunny? Are you naming it the Ghost Bunny? But I was hanging out with Dan during Halloween Horror Nights, and we were talking about. Uh, I gave him a piece of artwork, and then I gave him way too much information, I think, but I hope he appreciated it. So I was explaining to him that a lot of the, like, when someone gets a painting from me on a canvas, there's usually a painting underneath it. Like I don't ever get a blank canvas, and I don't ever get a blank canvas and paint something on it and then deliver it to somebody. So like I thought it was an inside joke or a funny thing to do, to where I paint something or I do something and then I paint over it. And only I know, like, somebody gets it was I did a bunny painting for him, but there's a painting underneath that. And I started explaining to him that I'm like, yeah, I just think it's funny that people are like, oh, I love this painting, and I'm so glad you did it, and I'm happy, they're happy, everybody's happy. But underneath that, I know I know that there's a painting there, and it's never anything gross or obscene. Of course not. I don't I don't deal in that sort of stuff. Uh, But you know, like this painting right here, it's like a little bunny, and you know, it's a little guy with a skull, and it's cute and all this good stuff. But underneath this, there is a painting, and there's another painting. And I just think it's funny that only I know, right? Because I don't ever tell the person. I never tell the person what's underneath. And I think Stan and Stan and Def, Dan and Steph. No more rosé for me. Dan and Steph appreciate that, and I think I think they wanted to know, but at the same time they didn't, because they're part of that whole allure of like, there is a painting in there, we just don't know what it is. And then also some of the stitching and stuff like that. Like on some of my paintings, you know, I use like, see, like this here. You know, you could see some stitching there. And I was telling him that a lot of the times those are specific numbers, and the numbers mean things, and only I know what they are. And nothing bad or occult or anything, like, you know, it's nothing crazy like that. It's just, it's something that I know. It could be the year that it was made, or it could be like, it could be a sketch I did 5 years ago, and then I made a painting of it, but it has the date from when I did the sketch. It could be something like that, or it could be like anything. It could be a particular number, that sort of stuff. I enjoy all those little hidden, like, not messages. They're not really messages, but like those kinds of like little hidden things. Hey, Papa, it's Sophie. It's Sophia, and we're doing. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I love you too. Well, I love you, so. Thank you for that. A positive vote of confidence. Thank you, my dear. But yeah, going back to that sort of stuff. So, like, a lot of my artwork has little hidden references and things like that. So, a good example of that would be this. So this is where I keep my color pencils and stuff like that. It has got a really cool sticker by one of the kids. But yeah, it made this little monster, if you could see that, and it's a priority label. It's a priority label from the post office. So I love the idea that, you know, I use the priority label to make this little creature, and you know, so on and so forth. But I see it, you know, other people see it, and this one's more like a blatant, you know, in your face, like, hey, this is a priority sticker. And you know, obviously you can see the post office markings there and stuff like that. So this one is more in your face, right? So that's what I mean. There's like, it could be anything. It's like there could be little hidden things and stuff like that. And um I used to do paintings that I would Mod Podge stuff on the canvas and kind of paint on top of the canvas and stuff like that. Um, my buddy Justin, my buddy Justin has a canvas that I painted for him, and it has the Punisher on it. It has Frank Castle on it, like the Punisher. We're both big Punisher fans and stuff like that. But I did this painting for him for a while, and it did have like a newspaper clipping on it. Um, and it was basically like a local story of where he came from, that sort of stuff. And then I painted on top of that. So it's just like, it's little hidden things like that. So it's never anything gross or, you know, horrifying or obscene. You know, again, like I said, I don't I don't deal in that. If you're into that, you came to the wrong place. But for me, I just think it's kind of neat that I can hide little things like that. And yeah, so if I can get away with little hidden things in my paintings, I think that's pretty cool. So this one, like I mentioned before, it does have something underneath it. It's like a hidden thing. doing the extension of the bunny ears. And yeah, you can't really tell if you held that up to the light. Maybe this one you can. But I'll never say what it is. I'll never say what it is. So yeah, finally I got back into it. The Friday night live stream. So yeah, I was thinking next week we'll get back into trivia. We'll get back into strange facts. Strange but true. I love the sound of that. It's like I don't even know where I got that audio, but it's time to play strange but true. Yeah, we'll do that next week. Like I said, I kind of wanted to ease into it. I was, tell you honestly, I didn't think I was gonna go the full hour either. Just because, yeah, it's more of a recap and just kind of that sort of stuff. And one of the problems that I was facing, or one of the challenges for myself, was I always felt pressured to finish a project within that hour. So it's like whatever I did for the live stream, it had to be an hour long. And then I started noticing that a lot of the projects, they were cool, but they weren't really like, they didn't have the attention that it needed, right? So it's like I'm rushing through it. I'm not really paying attention to what I want done, just for the sake of having something completed from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So moving forward, I love you too, Laz. Oh, thank you. I love you too, buddy. And and so even with this painting, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do it all in one sitting. It's like, that's not, number one, it's not the way that I paint. Number two, it's not gonna look cool, right? And it's not gonna look right. So yeah, moving forward, I think there's gonna be a lot of live streams that are continuations, and that may be bad. I don't know, but I think it's better in the long run to have that. I'm still gonna do videos, because I am still writing instructables and stuff like that. Those are full videos, right? Like, so I still have those, but for the Friday night live stream, I wanted to continue with that vibe, right? To have that family oriented hangout that we could all enjoy. And so that's why I say, I'm not gonna rush through this guy and like get it all done and blah. It's gonna suck, dude. It's gonna suck. Oh, by the way, um, I'll play it again, of course, on the way out. But we got a new intro. So my son Christian, I should find his website. But yeah, if you heard the new intro, it was done by Christian. Chris, my son, I asked him to do something, and he nailed it, man. It was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. So so of course I added it to the intro of the live stream, and that's what you heard. It's we have a new intro, which is pretty cool. I'm happy about that. Yeah. Trying to get to his website. I do apologize. How unprofessional of me. Let's see. Because the problem is that, ooh, he sends me stuff on email. But here we go. I think I have the right one. Yep, this is it. So so yeah, Chris has been producing music, and he just released his album, and I redid an album cover for him and stuff like that. But he does have 2 albums available on SoundCloud, which is amazing. But yeah, he's producing artwork, and he's also playing live. He's actually playing live in a small cafe. But he's really enjoying it. There's the link. I put it on the chat. So if you guys want to listen to Chris's music and stuff like that, feel free. But yeah, I asked him to do the intro. Yeah, I asked him to do the intro, and he did that for me. He was kind enough to do that for me, and I appreciate it. So I think it's proper that I give him some props. That I give him some props tonight, and yeah, showcase that. So yeah, next week, like I said, we're gonna get into the swing of things. Right now, I'm just kind of getting back into it. I had to figure out all my OBS settings and all the lighting and the cameras and everything, and I'm like, wait, how does this work? Oh yeah, Restream, DLIVE, and all of this crazy stuff, and I gotta pop out the chat, and it's a whole production to get it all done. But I wanted to make sure that we got back into it in a proper way, in a cool way that we could all be proud of, right? So I certainly don't want to, I don't want to be the negative Nancy or the Debbie Downer here. It's like things change, life changes. I just want you all to know that everything is great. Everything is really awesome. I had a good time off. It was kind of nice to not really focus on things or like, oh my god, I have to do this. And I think for a little bit I started losing sight of that. I was like, I was I don't know, like really focused on doing so good that I forgot why I did it. And it's funky because it does happen. It does happen to a lot of people that do live streaming and stuff like that. And for me, live streaming is awesome. I love it. I have such a good time. I love communicating with you guys, and I love the fact that you guys, are so kind and gracious to give me an hour of your weekend and to spend it here with me, and I appreciate that. I think it's really awesome. But at the same time, I don't want it to, good night, Nancy. Good night, sir. I certainly don't want it to become boring. I want it to still continue on. So when people get excited about the live stream, I get excited too, and so I wanted to kind of ease back in and kind of explain everything and talk to you all, this way, and say, hey, I just took a nice break. Everything's super cool. Things are amazing. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be doing the live stream. It feels like I never left. And of course, it's thanks to all of you guys for all your positive notes and messages. I do appreciate that. It's really cool. And so yeah, so next week, same time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. The Friday night live stream. We're gonna do some trivia. We're going to do some strange but true, and we'll continue doing projects. We'll just we'll take our time. We'll do it little by little, and we'll become friends even more. I should say, or get better acquainted week after week. Of course, on Sunday morning, I will be doing the podcast Noodle Doodle. And if you're new to that, then I suggest you tune in. Basically, I pick a topic to talk about. And I also have a prompt book, an art prompt book that I choose a prompt and create artwork based off of that. So it's kind of like basically, my noodle doodle. I'm just kind of like noodling ideas and also thinking about different things. But that will be on DLive. That will be live on DLive. So Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on DLive. If you're there, you could check that out. I might, I don't know. It all depends. I might upload the video to YouTube just to have it, archived. If you want to view that, I don't know. We're still working it out, I guess. We're still working it out. So, anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to Chris for creating that intro. I want to say thank you to everybody watching, to Scully, to WDJ. Hello, hello to the beautiful queen, to Sophia. I'm sure she'll pop into the live stream sometime soon, like next week or whatever. And everybody else, everybody in the art community, I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Keep doing what you do. Keep being creative, and all of that good stuff. Right? We want good positive vibes for the rest of the weekend and going into the new week. And yeah, it's how we do it. It's how we do the Friday night live stream. So here's Chris's music on the outro, and thank you very much for tuning in. And I'll see you all next week. I'll see you all next week. We're gonna have a brand new trivia game. We're gonna have new people playing, I guess, or a new way of. We'll figure it out. We're gonna have a new trivia game. We'll just do that, right? We'll figure it out. But anyways, lots of love. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. Adios. Bye bye.